All right, we're live.
Great. Good.
We did it.
I have my big trip coming up in a week where I'm going to be backpacking up a mountain for 5 days.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, my toe has been killing me the last few days.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no. That's so
Yeah.
bad.
And I didn't do anything to it. It looks normal. Here's the craziest thing. I can like touch it and bend it and do it like and whatever with it and it doesn't hurt, but walking on it hurts a ton and I'm limping.
Oh, my God.
So I don't even know like what's wrong with it because it's not broken. Like I can bend it, I can touch it, and I can apply pressure. Just not if I'm standing. Although in shoes, if there's like a cushiony sole, it seems okay. So I think I'll be okay. But I'm going to the doctor to get it checked out because I don't have time to mess around.
Yeah, no kidding. Especially when you're, walking for 5 days straight, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
And my throat's starting to get sore again.
Great. Is there like a dude who goes to your work like every time he's sick or something and just keeps passing around a bug?
I have no idea.
Because man,
I'm starting to wonder if the bug I had just keeps getting like destroyed 99% of it.
Yeah, coming back
and then
stronger.
after a week, it's like, here we go, and it comes back, and like, oh my god.
Isn't that why they say you're not supposed to use that antibacterial soap? Because you don't actually kill all the germs, and you just make the ones that like are still there stronger because they become more resistant to means of killing them.
I don't know. I haven't heard of that.
Super germs.
Maybe.
Maybe you
I always just blame it on the train here because everyone is always packed in there like sardines.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
More likely.
If I have another tonsil, strep throat, something, that'll be 3 in 5 weeks, and I'm just gonna scream.
Yeah.
I cannot have this again. This close to my trip. This is gonna, and like, cause like if I get like real sick down there, like the doctor situation is bleak.
It's bad.
This is not a rich country.
Where are you going to?
I'm sure it'll work itself out.
Which country?
I'm going to Peru.
It's Peru. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Machu Picchu, which is the 5-day backpacking, and then come back down, check out Cusco, and then we're going to another place that starts with an A that I can't remember. It's an island, but it has sandboarding there and penguins.
Oh man,
pretty sweet.
I love me some penguins.
Penguins are great. I'm really excited to try sandboarding.
Sure.
So I'm looking forward to like snapping some cool slow-mo video while me and my family are doing that.
Yeah, man, for sure. That's cool.
Yeah, that'll be good. John should be back next week.
Yep. And wait, next week I think I'm here with John, and then I'm gone the week after.
Okay.
So there probably won't be a show that week because you're not
probably
back
not.
yet.
Yeah, and I doubt John's gonna do one by himself.
I can guarantee you he will not.
Yeah,
I'll go that far. Right. Yeah,
that sounds about right. But yeah, what else happened? What's up? What's going on with you?
Not a whole hell of a lot. Just kind of like I'm going to, I think, Mexico. And if not Mexico,
that's cool.
Like if those plans fall through, because we're waiting for my girlfriend's passport to come through, and anything with the government is slow and on their time schedule, and it's getting eerily close now to the point where I don't know if that's going to happen. Either way, if that doesn't happen, we're probably going to just take a road trip through Vancouver down to Seattle and spend a few days like
you should do that. Yeah, you should go to Portland.
Yeah, actually that's not a bad idea. I've never actually been to
like
Portland
3
for
hours,
more than like an hour. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. I'd like to check that place out more. So but cool. Vacation coming up, so kind of
Howell's bookstore.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Bookstore is it's like a city block big. I think there's actually 2 of them. Mm-hmm. What else did we do when we were there? Voodoo Donuts, if you want to get some crazy donuts, is the big one.
I've heard of that.
And when I was standing in line for Voodoo Donuts, there's an independent movie theater right beside it, and they had a sign every Sunday night they show hentai.
I don't know if I would go to that, but
I don't think I would go to that either, but I took a picture of that sign because that's funny.
Yeah, no, for sure. See, the thing is that I would go to it, except I don't want to see the people that go to it. Like,
I don't want to touch anything in that theater.
That's kind of
that theater needs to get hosed down.
I kind of just want the story of saying, yeah, when we were in Portland, I saw the hentai theater and went and checked out some hentai at noon or something.
Yeah. Well, I think it's in the evenings. It was like and it's also on a Sunday night, like, and it was like late at night. It's like, I got work tomorrow. Who can go to this?
Yeah,
like, who's going to this?
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't want to see who goes to that. I don't want to be there when they're there. Yeah.
A lot of I bet it's a lot of balding dudes that still have ponytails though. It's like that haircut.
Yep.
There's a guy that goes to my gym who only his head's bald except for the back of it. Just the back, like a square that he has into a ponytail.
That's weird. That's a weird style.
Yeah. Someone's saying the skullet, kind of like a skullet if the party that is in the back was a ponytail.
Right. So it's like a contained party, I guess.
Yeah.
Weird.
I guess. It's a weird haircut. I'm personally, I wouldn't get it, but I'm not going to yuck someone else's yum.
Sure. I mean, that sounds douchey as hell the way it's being described. So maybe he pulls it off. I don't know.
Okay, well, let's go into this podcast that people are listening to.
What podcast?
This is the Top Down Perspective.
Oh, that one. Yeah. All right.
For May 26th.
Yeah. Almost done May.
I think is MomoCon this weekend?
MomoCon is happening right now as we're talking.
Okay.
Yep.
So if you're hearing it, if you're going to MomoCon, go say hi to John because he's there.
Yep.
I think I saw that he's not getting to play the Bomberman tournament.
Oh, why? Did he say?
I think his Twitter. I think it was something like there was a tournament going on the same time as his panel,
okay.
And he was like, "Damn it!"
So it's not like United lost all my shit again type.
Right.
Okay. Good.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. But he did get dragged from the plane. So there's that.
Great.
Topical. Sean's here and Paul's here, obviously. Paul, what have you been playing?
I've been playing on my Twitch channel. Actually, this is weird. So Nathan, a few nights ago when he and I were talking, we did a podcast like 3 weeks ago or something. And I asked him afterwards, like, hey, we should play some multiplayer games or something because we both have super late schedules because we work the same shift on different days. So we're up really late. And he's like, yeah, sure. So we've been actually streaming on my Twitch channel together co-op games, like, a lot. So we've been playing a lot of Dark Souls specifically. We did a bunch of one. This week we're going through Dark Souls 2, and we're probably about 60% through already after 2 nights, which is pretty good, I guess. That's been really fun.
Some long sessions.
Yeah, it's the Scholar of the First Sin edition, so which is what's exciting me because I get to see some of the changes that were made, and some of those changes aren't good. Like, I know people say Dark Souls 2 is their least favorite and the least good out of the Souls series. I probably tend to agree, but for me, a bad Souls game is still better than most games on the market in general, so I still really like it. Scholars of the First Sin had some enemy placement so far and some things and like item placement changes that I hate, like I think is bad. It's hard to talk about without going into specifics, and then that becomes a Dark Souls podcast because the only people that would understand are people that know that game well enough that I could say, yeah, they put like a dude that you need to use a fragrant branch on in front of this door that you need to get to the, what are they called? The Rune Sentinels boss. And then most people in the chat right now are like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But for those few people, that's a bad change. I hate that.
My eyes just glazed over, so.
And the fact that the Pursuer encounter happens like 4 times in the Lost Bastille. This is what I mean. I can't talk about what's different and what I hate about it without people knowing that game. Overall, though, it's kind of fun to see that game again, see that lore, get some new, like, try a new playstyle out a little bit, and doing co-op makes it go faster, and it's kind of just, it's a different feel completely. When you're playing those games,
you got a buddy.
Yeah, when you're playing those games alone, they're like hard and brutal. They're like beating you down. You're in this shitty world that like you're trying to get to the end of to like make better or whatever, save or not save or whatever you do. When you're playing with a friend, it's kind of just, it takes all the like gravitas out of everything that's going on, and you're just like fucking around with another person, just like doing your thing, killing dudes and laughing about dumb shit. It's just a completely different thing. So it's been fun. But
what's the next game?
Probably Dark Souls 3. We're also playing Fear 3 as a side project as well.
Okay. So just scary games.
Yeah, I mean some co-op games. We also played Rainbow Six Siege. Like he got Rainbow Six Siege last night, so we played that his first time ever, and I feel bad because that game is kind of hard when it's your first time playing it. It just plays so differently than other shooters, and I don't know that he was having a good time at all. But yeah, just it's mostly been Souls right now. We both love Dark Souls games a lot, so that's been fun.
Sure.
More recently, though, a game came out this week called Caveblazers, and I've been putting in some hours in that last night and today, basically.
I've not heard of this.
Caveblazers is like if you took Risk of Rain and Spelunky and had
It's like hotboxing, but in a cave.
Yep, blazing in a cave. You got it.
Anyways, you said Spelunky and Risk of Rain?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. That sounds good.
The art style and the way it plays is very much like Risk of Rain, where you are it's like Spelunky,
like pixel art.
You're in a cave and you're kind of going from the top down to the bottom, go through a door to the next part of the cave, and there's a bunch of like spikes and some traps here and there and bats and just shit like that. But it looks like Risk of Rain, like that type of style almost. Maybe like not as small, like your dude's not as tiny. But yeah, it plays the exact same. There's different power-ups you can get. You can find other power-ups. You can change weaponry. That's not like Risk of Rain, really. Or Spelunky. That's more like, I don't know, another roguelite where you can like change what sword or melee weapon.
How many power-ups can you get? Because I feel like Risk of Rain's thing is you can get 1 million power-ups.
However many there are in the game right now, they do work together and stack. So
they stack. Okay, that's very Risk of Rain.
But
yeah.
Risk of Rain had a lot of power-ups. This probably maybe has like 20 so far that I've seen. So it's not like nearly the same scale as Risk of Rain. It's very similar in the way it plays. Like it's kind of brutal in a lot of ways, and that's kind of where the Spelunky part comes in, where you can't just run through and kill a bunch of enemies. You kind of have to plan how you're going to take these enemies out. Different enemies have different attack patterns and what they can do. Like you'll have some goblins that just like will run up to you and then try to stab you with a spear. Then you'll have bigger goblins with like a sword that will be able to parry you if you like, I don't know, don't time your attack well or whatnot. It's okay. I'm trying to unlock more stuff. It's a roguelite in that every time you finish a run, you get points or whatever that like quote unquote level you up or rank you up, and then you unlock a new item or like new play style. There's different like perk sets you can get, like an archer perk set, a standard adventurer one, and they have different perks associated with them. The standard adventurer one gives you 2 bombs at the start. The archer one I think makes it so that you have like more damage with your bow, like your ranged weapons.
Sure.
Just stuff like that. A magic user one where I think you don't start with like a melee weapon at all, but your elemental damage is like plus 20%, and you take like more melee damage or something. Stuff like this. It's okay.
Is there co-op?
That I'm not sure of. It seems like I've been playing it single player, but I think if there is co-op, that would be pretty dope. I'm trying to look it up right now, but
I know Risk of Rain has co-op. Does Spelunky have co-op?
Spelunky does have co-op, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Which made it hard. That makes that game real hard, Spelunky. It does not have co-op. It is single player only. Yeah.
All right.
It's okay. It's cheap. It's $10 US, and if you buy from the Humble store, as of this recording, it's 20% off right now, so it's like $7.50 or something, $7. So it's a little cheaper. You do it that way.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Is that it?
That's it. That's all for me.
I've been playing Overwatch.
Okay.
Overwatch is still a video game. It's
Actually,
the anniversary event.
I reinstalled Overwatch 2 days ago. I just haven't jumped back in.
Yeah. Okay. So this for the next week, 2 weeks, it's the anniversary event because it came out this time last year, which seems crazy that game's a year old.
Yeah. No, for sure.
I'm not a huge fan of the skins in this one.
I heard some of them are okay.
There's none that I'm really interested in for the characters I play as.
Okay.
And just kind of looking around, usually there's like some that the events I'm like, wow, I wish I played these few characters because they look so cool. I'm just not a huge fan of most of them. Divas is kind of nice.
It's like
but
the pinup one, right?
Yeah. But I don't even play Divas, so it's not a big deal.
Sure.
Anyway, and along with it, they made 3 new arena modes, similar to Eco Point Antarctica. So they're 3-on-3 matches.
Okay.
Which I just don't like that mode.
Oh, really? Because I like that mode more.
Nah, it's too stressful. Like that number of players, there's too much riding on like me being alive. And you get one life and everything. Like, and then 1v1 is just nonsense. Like, I cannot do 1v1. I don't enjoy that. But the 3 new maps are, there's one in Eichenwald that's called the Black Forest, which is pretty cool. You're in a forest, but there's also like an abandoned house in there that you can move around in and stuff like that.
Right.
There's another one in what was it? What's the I can't remember what they're called, and I don't even care. Okay. I don't play that mode that much. The important part of this event, though, is they brought back Total Mayhem in the arcade option, which is the one where everyone gets 200 health, decreased cooldowns, which is the best mode. That's the best mode there is, and fun. That's all I play right now.
Yeah.
They haven't had that one for months. Well, that's not true. I haven't played for months. It's been a while since I've played that mode. When you're Tracer, you can never stop darting around. Yeah. I just hold down the shoot button, and then I can hit like warp at a rate of like now, and I will never run out. Ever.
You're like warping when really you should be like, normally you would be doing the opposite, where you're kind of like shooting whenever you have a shot, but now you just like hold that down and kind of use the warping.
Yeah,
like
and just hope I'm hitting people. Because like, so like what'll happen is like if I'm like getting a control point, I can get there in like 4 seconds because I can dart so fast. Yeah. So I'll just get there and I just doing like a circle. Anytime someone even comes near me, I just start darting around them in a circle forever. The only thing they can get. Yeah, I bet it's super annoying. But Junkrats, anytime they drop like their trap on the ground, that definitely sucks. And it also totally sucks when Sombra uses her EMP blast, because then I can't dart anymore, and it's like, oh crap, now I'm just weak. Character. It is hard to kill people though, because they have like twice as much HP. But being able to dart forever is the best, and I love that mode. That mode is too much fun. So.
Have you noticed any like more people because it's Overwatch free weekend this weekend on all consoles?
I only played on this week when it wasn't free weekend.
Okay,
but I don't know. I don't really know how to tell if there's more people.
You should consider downloading it on PC. See if your PC can run it. Maybe we'll do a few games. Definitely,
which reminded me of another game I played.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Right into that, I played What Remains of Edith Finch. My PC did not run that very well. It ran it enough. So if it can barely run that, there's no way it can do Overwatch.
Okay, did you play through Edith Finch all the way then?
Yep. I did it in about 2 sittings.
Okay.
One, I did it at like midnight, which is not ideal because that game gets kind of creepy. So I literally had to be like, I need to like stop playing this so close to bed because this is just not going to be great for me. Specifically, the comic
book. Yeah.
I was literally just like, what am I doing? What am I doing? This is
That-
so dumb.
I really, really like that part. That's like one of my favorite parts in that game.
I think the coolest one is the cannery one, like the fish cannery.
That's the best concept for sure. That one's depressing for me. That's like
all
so.
depressing. That's
That one's the most depressing though. Holy fuck. Yeah.
But that was like my favorite one. It was that one, but it glitched out for me, and it doesn't checkpoint in the middle of those sequences. So I have to do it again, and that one is long and slow. Like you can't speed through that one. So I got basically to the end and had to do it all over again, which was super annoying.
The thing I liked about that one is the thing I liked about something like Cart Life or Papers, Please, where there's a tedium to what's going on that makes it feel like you're working while this thing is happening. It's cool. That's a cool part of that game.
I feel like they play with that tedium because like I feel like they're like hinting like, oh, you know what's gonna happen. You can just see it right there. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil what happens with that one.
I really,
anyways.
Yeah, no, the thing I liked about that specifically, though, is that, like a real job or something, like work, there was a point, like, it was hard for me to do that part at first, and then it became just, like, muscle memory of, like, one hand is doing this and the other hand is doing that, and it was so weird how that happened. Like, yeah, people, if there's... It's hard to recommend that game for me to like everybody, but I wish everybody could just play that part, if nothing else. It's kind of cool.
Look, that's a cool part. Yep. But I enjoyed the whole thing. It was fun. It was a good time. Well, it's not a good time. It's like I said, it's pretty depressing, but I enjoyed definitely playing through it. The Easter egg with Unfinished Swan was nice to come across.
Yeah, that was good.
I did not expect that, and I even looked it up later. There was a Reddit AMA about it, and they're like, "Yeah, we confirmed this," and I was like, "Oh, that's great. That was nice."
That part's cool. Yeah.
What else I played? I started up Life is Strange again.
It's weird you talk about this because I just downloaded the dating sim version, Love is Strange, and I might look into that.
What is that?
I don't know. A visual novel dating sim, I guess. So.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Does it like rip off the characters or something?
Oh, I'm sure. Like, I actually just downloaded it before we started this call. It just finished. So.
Yeah, the Microsoft Store was selling a physical copy for $8, and I was like, that was my favorite game of 2015. I would like to have it on my shelf.
Uh-huh.
And I was telling my girlfriend about it, and I was like, hey, we should play through it together. And she's actually playing it, and I'm kind of just watching her do it.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of great, just kind of reliving it and remembering, like, oh, right, every episode has a sweet title card, and the music's awesome. And, like, that license plate says Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
It's a great game. That's such a fun game.
How many times have you played through that game? Is this your second time through it?
This is just my second time, and we're not even at the end of episode 1. We only played it for a bit yesterday. I think we're going to try and finish maybe 1 and 2 tonight.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Played a bunch of Overcooked. So I talked about this a bit last week that I just started with my girlfriend, and we were going to try and hit it again. Turns out she was not up for playing a lot of that game, so I recruited a friend.
Fair enough. Okay.
Recruited a friend, and we played it for probably like 4 hours straight. Maybe 3 or 4 hours. Just got super into it. The bummer about that game is you need to get like 3 stars on everything, or you can't finish it.
Sure.
Each consecutive level requires like a number of each level you can get up to 3 stars depending on how many points you get, and to unlock the next stage you need to have a certain number of stars total.
Yeah.
And eventually, I think we got to world. We're in the middle. It was around world 4 or 5 when we started hitting a wall where we had to go back and get a higher star count. And some of those 3 stars are super difficult. We're stuck on this one in world 5. It's the second hell or volcano stage.
Yeah.
Where all platforms are floating around you, which is oh man. We were just like, we would start, and then immediately someone would throw a frying pan into the lava. And then we would pause it and restart and just scream at the TV. And we did that like 10 times in a row to eventually we were like, okay, we just have to try and get through one and see what we do. And I don't think we even got 1 star. Like, It's difficult. So we're thinking maybe we need a third person.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah. I have a question for you about that game and games like it. More kind of like relationships with people. Do you find something where it's like a stressful situation where you have to count on another person in a video game easier or harder if you're playing it with somebody you're in a like relationship with than a friend? Because there's like
it's
a more personal tie. Yeah, I definitely agree.
And like, because the problem is like I'm really comfortable with games.
Sure.
Whereas she's not, and I feel like she definitely can tell that I might be like, and I try not to be like impatient, but I feel like she thinks that because like I'll finish my task like immediately.
Right.
And whereas she struggles moving the camera. You know what I mean?
Sure. But even like if it's a friend, like you don't fucking care if your friend is impatient. It's like like there's a different dynamic there.
I don't play a ton of co-op games with friends that aren't comfortable with games.
I guess
because if they're not really into games, it's not like I'm going to ask them to play with me. Sure. The friends I do play with, they're usually pretty good with it. Whereas the girlfriend, she may be comfortable with games, but I want to play with her. So
sure, yeah.
And I guess you can hear me through the wall because she just texted me saying rude, talking shit about me on your podcast. So I'm sorry. Anyway, good. So we're going to try and finish it this weekend. We're going to add a third person in there. Hopefully we can get it done. That game is great. It's super delightful. I love it just top to bottom. It looks great. It sounds great. It's such a good, and I really want to check out all the DLC and stuff. So hopefully we can finish the main story. But it's a bummer that they wall you off like that. Like because if you're not good enough, like you literally just will not be able to finish this game, which sucks because we literally just hit the wall and there was nothing we could do about it. All we can do is just hit our heads against it and hope we get better, as opposed to just having a smooth, like, up until this point, it was just like, do whatever you want. Yeah. So that's just kind of a bummer. Kind of came out of nowhere. It was kind of weird.
Also, no online is a bummer too. That would be fun.
It's a huge bummer. That's a huge bummer for sure. Last game I played a bit of Mount Your Friends. Talked about this last week that I was going to do. Set it up. Actually, I played it with the Steam Link and it worked perfectly.
Nice. Cool.
Which was good. Yeah. Mount Your Friends is hilarious.
Yep.
It's always a good time. And I think anytime I have someone new come over to my place, we're playing a game of Mount Your Friends because everyone needs to see that.
Really good. Yeah.
The suitable for work mode where they're all wearing suits.
I was going to ask,
mustaches.
You play like dongs out mode, basically?
You play dongs out for sure.
Yeah.
But I think suitable for work mode is also just kind of funny with the big zipper.
Oh, totally. Yeah, it's really good.
But yeah, that whole game is great. I wish the UI was better because setting up like individual players on different teams or whatever kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So the menu system definitely needs an overhaul. But that game is funny and it's like $5. Can't recommend that one enough.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good one.
That's all I played.
Cool.
Let's go on to the news.
Yeah.
Actually, I just remembered one other news topic that just came out. Skullgirls came out on iOS.
Oh. All right.
It's not original Skullgirls. They had to obviously make it for mobile.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing good things. It's free. I don't know how bad the free to play stuff is. But I downloaded it. I want to check it out. It looks real nice.
Cool.
So that's there for people.
Bit interested in that.
Okay, free games for June. PlayStation Plus. It looks like, what is PlayStation TR? According to PlayStation Turkey, we're going to be getting Killing Floor 2 and Life is Strange.
Both great games.
Both great.
Yep.
See, there's like 6 games, but I guess these are the big ones.
Okay, that makes sense.
Know. And jumping just to games with gold for June, we get Speedrunners.
Great game.
And Watch Dogs 1.
Okay game.
Assassin's Creed 3.
I hear bad things about that one, but I never played it.
It's not great. Dragon Age Origins.
One of my favorite RPGs ever made. Not even kidding.
And You get the Phantom Dust multiplayer DLC pack, which I thought was already free.
Yeah, it was. That's why I'm confused.
I don't know why they just put that in there. Maybe they're trying to make it a bigger value, but that thing was already free for everyone.
I think
They
they're
say
just trying
normally
to push it.
I guess maybe it was just free for a certain time, but like I got that last week. I don't know why it's saying normally $15. It's only ever been free. So
yeah.
Anyway, there's that.
Yeah. Cool.
On the Twitter, which account was this? I don't know, some Japanese developer tweeted a picture of the game development team. They all had on their backs the phrase "Don't panic," as well as a URL that seems to reveal Seaman 3 is happening.
You
can go to seaman.ai and it just says under construction.
That's so fucking weird. What a weird thing. Oh, yeah, I'm in. That's fine.
I don't know what Seaman looks like in 2017 or 2018, maybe, but I guess Seaman's back. Seaman is a weird game.
Yeah, that's I actually have no words.
Yeah, I don't even know what to think because it was kind of just shitty. Like this is like probably what Milo would have been on the Kinect if that ever came out.
Oh, dude,
Pierre Molyneux. Milo.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we talked about it a little while ago. Castlevania is coming to Netflix. We were wondering, is it live action? Is it animated? Turns out it is just anime, and there's a trailer out.
I'm stoked. It looks dope as shit. I'm actually
looks like an anime.
Excited. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope it's good.
Yep. Me too.
I hope it's like good, and not just good for like anime people. Like I hope more people end up talking about it. Is what I'm
with you. Yeah.
Xbox Live Game Pass went live. This is the $10 a month initiative they're doing if you're a gold member, where you can just download whatever's in the library.
Yep.
Right now you can get in. You can also get a 14-day free trial at the moment. Again, you have to be a gold member to get all of this. All the games they have, for the most part, seem like 360 games, and any ones that are Xbox One games have been on games with gold before.
That makes sense. To roll this out,
but it is a lot of 360 games. In fact, if you were following the, there was an Xbox Live sale last week where there was just a ton of 360 games on sale for like $5. It's basically every single one of those. So if you didn't already buy it, you could have had access to it now.
Dude, I'm looking at the list here. This is like, there's good shit in here. This is worth the money.
For sure. Like, but keep in mind, it's a lot of 360 games that I played years ago.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure, yeah. But
there are definitely a few standouts.
I'm thinking the people that like got or are getting an Xbox One or something as maybe their first console because they're like a 12-year-old or 13-year-old or something. Like they didn't have consoles before. Like this is so perfect for you. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Honestly, there is so many games in here. There is not enough time to play them.
Yeah, it's good value.
I'm just. Why don't we pick some recommendations out?
Brothers,
Viva Pinata.
Tale of Two Sons.
Yep. The Swapper.
Viva Pinata is really good. Swapper is good. I mean, all the Gears of Wars are here, and I love those games. So,
Iron Brigade. That's a fun game that not enough people played.
Iron Brigade's good. Layers of Fears. Oh man, I don't have that game. I've been wanting to play it. Mega Man Collection. Will never.
D4. More people need to play D4.
Yeah, D4. Resident Evil 0. You can skip. That game's fucking trash. What else do we have here? Soul Calibur 2 HD Online. I've been actually looking to maybe just buy that on my 360 because I've been wanting to play Soul Calibur.
Oh, I didn't know they did Soul Calibur 2. I know Soul Calibur 1 they had HD. I love Soul Calibur 2.
Soul Calibur is like my favorite fighting series.
I might want to pick that up because I haven't played Soul Calibur 2 since the GameCube.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, there's a whole bunch of stuff.
There's great shit here.
So if you can get a trial, otherwise it's $10 a month on top of your $50-$60 a year, whatever it is.
Totally. Yep.
All right, and a couple games got that were already announced. Got a bit of info. Red Dead Redemption 2. They just put some screenshots out. It's still about cowboys, it looks
Yep.
like. It got
Beautiful
delayed to
game.
2018.
Yeah.
That was kind of the big news. But I was like, yeah, 4 cowboys, and most of these screenshots aren't loading for me. There we go. There's
Yeah, they weren't
trains.
loading for me either.
Looks like there's guns, horses, lots of horses, and trees.
These are like beautiful screenshots.
Yeah. Hopefully it looks like actually that good.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
But yeah, next year, 2018.
Yep.
And then going hands with that, Far Cry 5 got officially like revealed and all that nonsense. So yeah, it is Montana. Looks like you're fighting like a cult. So a lot of religious stuff going on.
Yeah.
There's bears chasing people. You can see a trailer and stuff, but it seems like all the leaks were pretty accurate.
Yep. It seems okay. It looks like Far Cry in a setting that is different. I'll give them that. I'm a little.
Does it interest you more, or is it not as crazy as the Himalayas?
Well, the thing is that the only thing I care about Far Cry, like for recently, is their setting, because they've all played well since 3. Like 3, 4, Primal, Blood Dragon, like they've all played very well and very similarly. So it's only about the setting and like the paint they put over those mechanics for me. And this seems interesting. Sure. I'm into it.
Hopefully it's different than those last 4 games that are all the same.
It won't be. I don't have any faith of that.
Well, I just know a lot of people are hoping they kind of improve it because it's kind of been the same game.
Yeah.
And like I said before, like Horizon kind of already stepped it up.
Yep, so. They did.
Oh, wait, there's more news. Uncharted prequel movie was kind of announced, and Tom Holland is going to be Nathan Drake as a kid.
Okay.
If you don't know, Tom Holland is the actor playing the new Spider-Man.
Yep.
I think he actually kind of looks like a young Nathan Drake.
Yeah, no, it's good casting. Actually.
Like like his face, it actually looks like what Nathan Drake would look like as a kid. I don't think he looks like the Nathan Drake kid from 4, but I think he looks like when I think of Nathan Drake as a kid. So I think it actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, not much news about that, but we'll see if this happens. They've been talking about an Uncharted movie forever.
Yeah.
And then Hebrew Lantern sent in this picture from Reddit, which I guess is a scan of a Boy Scouts magazine that mentions maybe there's going to be Animal Crossing news at E3. So people are thinking maybe new Animal Crossing. It could be the phone Animal Crossing game, but it mentions Animal Crossing. That's it.
This is
so this could be a rumor.
Picture.
It's from a Boy Scout magazine. Who knows what this is?
Yeah.
I would love Animal Crossing on my Switch.
Yeah.
I want, and kind of going back to our Far Cry discussion, I would like Animal Crossing to evolve and be a bit different because it's been the same thing forever.
Sure. I don't have faith it will be, but I don't necessarily think that's bad.
I played that game over and over, and every single time I play it less because I've done it. So they need to switch. They need to mix it up a bit, switch it up a bit. There you go.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's the tagline right there. Wrote that for you. Last bit of news. Oh, Monster Hunter XX was announced for the Switch.
Yep. The expanded version of Generations or whatever on the 3DS, so that's coming to Switch. There's no news, I think, about localization, though, right? So it might be one of those
idea.
ones.
I'm not a Monster Hunter person, so I didn't really look into this.
Switch is region-free, right? Not region-locked at all. So either way, you'll be able to buy it. Sure.
But it might not be in English.
Yeah, that's... For Monster Hunter, that's not a huge issue, I don't think, necessarily, but...
Still gonna climb around some monsters.
Yeah. I'm excited. I think it's cool. Some people were saying that they didn't like Monster Hunter Double Cross or X or whatever the fuck they call it or whatever because they found the monster designs boring or something. But I don't have enough of a basis of comparison, so I'm excited to just have Monster Hunter that I can play on the TV again because I really like that.
We need to get a Switch.
Yeah, this is another reason to get a Switch. I'm excited about
that. There you
go. Yeah.
There you go. All right, let's move on to some questions.
Okay.
People want to send questions in. It's topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, Facebook group, John's P.O. Box, Discord. You could sound just like Bob, who wrote, "What is your favorite kind of soup?"
Oh, wow. Ramen. Like just a tonkatsu ramen.
Does that count as soup?
The not?
I guess it's, if it has like a water base, it's soup. Okay. I'm gonna say that soup is gross, and so are all hot drinks.
I mean, soup's not really a drink, but
soup's a hot drink.
I know where you're getting. You won't eat a soup.
I would rather not. It's a hot drink.
Okay, what if... Okay. There's no soup you would eat if somebody made you a soup.
I mean, if someone's going to make me a soup, I'm not going to be rude. But I'm never going to ask for a soup.
You're never going to order... Like... Okay, you go to a restaurant and they have... You can either have the, like, Caesar salad or the soup of the day or whatever.
Caesar salad, hands down.
Every time.
Easily.
Every time. Okay.
I mean, I like Caesar salad.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Also, soup is a hot drink, and that's why I was saying yours is a bit different because I'll eat the noodles. That part's fine, but I don't want to scoop a hot drink and then drink it. A hot drink. I don't like hot drinks.
All right. I like a spicy Thai soup as well. Those are fucking delicious. Holy shit. Oh, so good.
Why don't you just kind of thicken it up, make it into a sauce, put that on some chicken or something, or some pasta? You
can do that. Yeah. You don't even really need to thicken it. It's just kind of weird if you don't.
Yeah, you just kind of just wet. Yeah.
Yeah. See, what Flatmat's saying, what about stew? I don't like stews. There's something grosser to... Like, a soup is fine. There's something gross about things boiling in a thing and getting soggy and, like, losing their...
Well, pasta boils.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of most pastas.
Oh, like, I like pasta.
The reason I like ramen is because when they make it when you order it, and they don't ever, like an actual ramen place won't do takeout because they know that if it gets at all cold, it's disgusting. Like, so there's still like a crunch, not a crunch really, but like it's nice and textured.
That would be weird if it's a crunch.
Yeah, the noodles aren't like soggy and dripping or anything like that. There's like some chew there. That's why I don't like things that stew and get like limp. Really,
I would sooner eat stew over soup. But he adds on, where are the lines between soup, stew, and sauce?
I think sauce is just anything you use to like accentuate a taste on a thing rather than eat like.
Well, couldn't I say that's pepper or salt?
Yeah, but those are those are seasonings.
Sauce.
There's sauces.
Yeah,
and
but it's
seasonings.
not sauce.
So are we saying that all sauces can be are seasonings,
no,
but not all seasonings?
No, I'm not. I'm saying you are. I'm saying that's wrong.
Yeah. So what's a sauce then?
I mean, I guess I could say a sauce would season something, but I feel like a sauce seasoning something is different than putting a seasoning on it. Anyway, this isn't even the question he's asking.
It's the same thing.
Is watery
stew,
right?
I guess so.
And sauce is a little bit of stew on top of something.
Sauce is a little bit of stew on something. I think it's a little thicker. There's probably like an actual thing that makes a sauce, like you add a certain ingredient to thicken it or something, but I'm not really sure.
Butter or milk.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's above my pay grade. So
maybe sauce is when you're eating the stew and you ate all the chunks, it's what's left over.
Maybe.
Either way, soup is the worst one of the three, hands down, and sauce is the best.
No, sauce is the
he also
best.
says,
I'll give that to you.
this fall I enter my 4th and final year of my engineering degree.
Okay.
Do you have any life advice for someone about to leave university? Don't turn back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Start up degree number 2. Be a forever student.
If you can afford it, yeah. Don't ever stop being a student, for sure.
Oh man, graduating. Don't get upset if you can't get a job in your field for a while.
Or possibly ever. I know a lot of people right now that would be lucky to have any job because it's real shitty these days. So, yeah.
I went through an art program, so there was definitely a lot of people from my class who are not in art.
Yeah.
But I think that's just kind of the general mood as you're going through an art program.
Like, life advice for someone about to leave university. Oh. Budget. Make sure that, like, try to live alone if possible. Like, you're out of university, don't have a roommate anymore unless it's like a significant other. I hate having a roommate.
I have a roommate. And around here, like, you need to have a roommate. Housing is way too expensive.
That's why I would never live down there. That's, like, I can't stand the idea of having a roommate ever again.
I know people that still have, like, in the same bedroom roommates because housing is so crazy here.
Yeah, there's no way in hell.
That's just, yeah. Things are expensive in the Bay Area for sure. It is crazy. It is so crazy. I know people that went through university here that were for all 4 years were in a triple, as in 3 people sharing a room.
No, I can't. But
again, you're up in Canada where they got space for days.
There's so much space here. Oh,
so much
look
space.
at
and
all
also
this space.
And also, like, your university is like a fraction of universities down here in the States.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like I know like at Berkeley here, at the school here, 1 year, if you're not from in the state, tuition was more than my entire degree.
Oh yeah, for sure. And yet you could still go to Berkeley, be top of your class, and maybe not land a job.
Sure. Yep.
Funny how that works. You can still get fucked.
But yeah, I think anyways, I think budgeting is definitely, I agree with that. Yeah, get ready to budget, because it also depends, like, if you're going to be living on your own, as in, like, not with your parents anymore, because, like, bills are definitely a new thing that you experience outside of university.
Dude,
having
live
to, like,
with your parents for as long as you can. That's my advice.
It's definitely way cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, paying for internet for the first time, paying utility bills, is definitely something to get ready for.
Having an emergency fund for when your car breaks down and you have to pay like $1,000 to get something, like, you just need a fund account, basically,
like a rainy day fund.
Yeah, if possible.
Yep. Sure.
It's not always possible, especially if you're just getting out of university and you're the low guy at a job on the totem pole. Like, it's not always possible. You're going to be living paycheck to paycheck.
That's why I think, like, you're going to end up with roommates, because it's so much easier to save money. But, like, yeah, things change. You got to start, like, cleaning up a lot, because your apartment can get awful.
I don't even understand how. Like, it just happens. I don't get it.
Where did this mess come from? Whose clothes are these? I don't even know whose clothes these are.
Yeah.
I think the money thing is the big one. Is get ready to just start spending a lot more money, even when you don't expect it.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, well, I need to do this because I need to have blank, whereas it's like a license or something, things you never even thought of because your parents just did it for you. And it's like, oh no, you got to get your license renewed. That'll be $80. Oh, okay. Yep. What? I don't even have a car right now. What?
Um, have an outlet of some sort, because when you're in college, it's easy to like do your classes or whatever, and then go have a coffee with a buddy or have a beer or like go out on the weekend. Like, have an outlet of some sort through your day to day working life.
You're talking like to de-stress, you mean?
Yeah, like find a thing. If it, I'm guessing it's probably going to be video games because you're listening to a video game centric podcast.
That's true. Or you're not into video games and you just made it an hour into this one and this is your first time listening. Hey, how's it going? You should follow us on Twitter. And subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Exactly. Yeah. Make sure you tune in every week to de-stress.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And if you're moving, because a lot of people, they go away for school and then they either move back to a hometown or they go somewhere else for a job they have gotten. We've talked about this one before, but you got to find a friend group. I always recommend find like a community soccer team or a sports team, or go to your local board game shop, because they usually have like gaming events, or like, hey, we're all going to get together and we're going to have a LAN thing, or we're all going to play Pokemon or whatever on these days. So I just always recommend finding friends ASAP, which can also make, roommates easier. Like, it'll open up so many more things for you.
Building on that, like, and kind of going back a little bit on what I said, like, the easy way for that stuff is to find online groups and stuff like that, and get wrapped up in online friendships and stuff. And while that's fine, you gotta go out and find human interaction, because going from like seeing people all the time at school and being a social being to going into your own little life of the 9 to 5 every day is the exact same and you see the same people, you need to have like actual human interaction that isn't work related every now and then, if nothing else.
Yep. No, I'll definitely agree with that, because like, exactly, university, you're seeing people like constantly and you have access to so many friends who have tons of free time, just in like middles of the day and stuff. But yeah, like, even I definitely experienced that, or after I graduated, and I even moved the country, so like I knew nobody, and it's way different because you go from tons of friends you're hanging out with to I don't know a single person here besides people at work. So yeah, you got to meet people. That's so key.
It's easy to go into depression from just doing your 9 to 5, thinking about work and all the people you talk to are work related. It's easy to just get into this like funk and never get out. Right.
I'm fortunate enough I haven't had to experience any of that stuff, but yeah, I can definitely see that being.
I mean, you're an extroverted like dude though. You like talk to people.
I try to be. Yeah, I try to be.
I'm not like generalizing. I'm just saying that people online, a lot of people I know personally, and even me, are very introverted and like podcasts because it's kind of like a socialization that they don't have to actually socialize with.
Sure. Yep. And I would say if you are going back to your parents and the current plan is staying with the parents for a bit, now is the time to start saving. Yeah, now is the easiest time to save. Like
actually,
I'll say don't buy anything, but like now is when you don't have to pay rent is the easiest time to save, because once you are paying rent and are paying bills, it's so much harder to save as much money as you are. So like
save that,
make it easy on yourself and start saving this money now.
Yep, I made that mistake. I don't want other people to make that mistake.
There you go.
I wish I had saved.
Speaking of money, Paul, why don't you get this one from Joshua?
Yeah, Josh wrote in and said, "What's the first game you bought with your own money?"
We had this question come in a few days ago, and I've been thinking about it, and I'm struggling because it gets to a point where it's so far back, I can't tell if like I paid for it or like my parents got it for me, or if it was like a birthday present. Because definitely the first few games and stuff, parents got me. And then like first main consoles were usually like a birthday gift, like something pretty significant. But the first one I paid for, it definitely would have been a used game from like Cash Converters.
Yeah, no, for sure. It would have been. Okay. I can kind of temper this a little bit and tell you the first big gaming purchase I made that included like some of my first games is I remember having a shitty job because I was young or whatever, saving up from my like below minimum wage, probably illegal job that I was working for money. Getting a Nintendo GameCube with what the fuck games did I get with that now? Luigi's Mansion and something else. And that was kind of the first time I bought like a few $100s worth of like gaming stuff on my own in one go. That was pretty big and memorable.
I think the first console I bought myself
Yeah.
Was probably the 360, because everything before that had been like a birthday gift. Although it might have been the DS, but I bought my DS when every Albertan got that like $400 rebate.
Yeah, the Ralph Bucks.
Is that what it was? I can't remember what it was called exactly. But yeah, every Albertan got $400 for the tax rebate, which was great because like I didn't like pay taxes really as a kid. I remember my mom she was like, you shouldn't be getting this rebate. It should be going to like your father and I. And then my dad being like, no, I can go to him. And luckily it went to my dad's house. So I got it. And as soon as I got it, I went out and bought myself a DS.
Nice.
With Animal Crossing, actually.
I actually know what
funny
the
story.
First game I bought is.
The Animal Crossing bundle was cheaper than the DS by itself. And I remember the EB Games guy was like, yeah, that is weird. But whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Like,
but I think first game was... I'm going to guess it was probably like a Pokemon one for the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or either... Yeah, it was either something like that or it was probably something on the N64. I don't know.
I actually have in my hand the first game I bought.
Okay.
Well, one of them. It's a game called Epidemic on the PlayStation, and it is the biggest letdown of my life when I bought it. But luckily, I bought it with Twisted Metal 1, and that I played for hours. So
there you go. All right. What is Epidemic?
Epidemic is a first-person...
Looks like a mech shooter.
Yep, first-person mech shooter type game. Like...
Okay.
I'll see if I can get like one of these pictures to not glare. That's not
awful.
gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna work very well. But
think
about like shitty early polygonal, I should say, like early PlayStation.
Right. PlayStation 1.
First-person mech suit, stomping around and shooting things, and everything was super cryptic. And like I remember doorways having the signs of the zodiac on them for like Cancer and Sagittarius and shit like that, and me just being like, how the fuck do I open this door to the next level? Like, it was bad. I
bought a game for the PlayStation 1. It was called Jade Cocoon, I think.
Jade Cocoon was dope.
At the time, I didn't get it.
Okay.
And I think also there was also the problem. Is it? Okay. Yeah. I think I played 10 minutes of it before I was just like stuck. And that was like the end of that. Either that or it kept like glitching on me, or my TV was too dark so I couldn't really like see doors. All I remember is I didn't play much of that game and was like, why did I get this? And just like that was the end of that. I think it kept glitching now that I think about it more. Anyways.
Epidemic got 4 out of 10 on IGN. I just looked it up now. Bad rating.
What did Jade Cocoon get?
October 1st, 1996. Yep, that sounds about right. $34.99 MSRP. US.
Oh, wow. Jade Cocoon got an 8. 8.1.
Jade Cocoon's dope, man. That's a good game.
Clearly, I was missing something.
Yeah, fair enough.
Went over my head. All right.
Yeah.
He has a second question.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I see it. Also, favorite Robot Master from the original Mega Man series, and why?
I didn't play much Mega Man.
Yeah. I mean, the original Mega Man Robot Masters were pretty much just like the Elements Man, like Electric Man, basically. I really liked Guts Man because I think his name is stupid as shit. He's basically he's like the strong rock dude, but also he's kind of, I don't know, a mascot in a weird way for the old Mega Man series. His look is very old Mega Man-y.
All right. Jaren says, what's better, 3D Mario or 2D Mario?
2D. I hate 3D Mario games for the most part.
Really?
I like a few of them.
Okay. I actually have no idea which one I like more, because I had a lot of good time with the 3D ones, and so, but I don't want to say that because I had a lot of really good times with the 2D ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna probably go 3D right at the moment. But then I think of like Mario Maker, which is awesome.
Sure. I mean,
so it's like
Super Mario Bros. 3, which is arguably one of the best games of all time. Like
Super Mario World.
Super Mario World, which is a very good game. Yeah, it's hard.
Like,
that's a hard question.
They're so good. There's so many good ones.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. VGC Kenny says it's the Nashville Predators versus Pittsburgh Penguins. Who are you rooting for? Predators, because fuck the Penguins and fuck Crosby.
Okay.
You have no opinion on this, I take it.
Nope. Could not. Don't care.
Okay.
Dead in Sky says, when gaming, what is your comfort food?
I don't eat when I game.
Yeah, I don't eat when I game either. That's a good way to get sticky controllers.
Yes, thank you. Why is it so hard for some people to get? You have it right.
Yeah, I don't even like eating when I'm playing like card or board games, which I know tons of people do. Like I'll have people over for like a tabletop night, and they'll bring like chips and stuff, and it's just like, oh God, can you just please use a napkin? Please do not touch my cards with your grummy chip covered fingers.
No, I'm with you. 100% with you.
And then people treat me like I'm crazy, and it's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm gonna change the wording around. What's your gaming comfort food? Like you had to pick a game.
Oh wow.
To eat. Eat, obviously. No, not to eat.
Yeah.
What's your gaming comfort food?
I mean, it's Resident Evil. I play it like a game from that series once every 2 weeks at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
I before like last year probably didn't have one that I would return to. Like it's easy to say Burnout Paradise, but I never go back to it. At this point though, it's easily Overwatch.
Yeah.
Like at any time,
for you,
I could just sit down and like play a round or two. Like at any point, like I got like 20 minutes to kill. Let's just play a round of Overwatch, and I can like always get back into it and have a good time. So yeah, it's Overwatch.
Yeah. You should never eat while gaming, by the way.
That's weird.
Like at most maybe carrots, like cut up carrots or something.
I mean, use a fork and knife and then eat whatever you want.
Well, this is like if you're okay, put down the controller, have some pizza, have a good time, just chill, then wash your hands, then dry them, and then go back to your controller.
Or eat the pizza with a fork and knife. I'm not above that. I'll do that.
Okay, I will not do that. So
I'll do that. Yeah.
Pizza
can get greasy, man.
It can get pretty bad. Last question from Twitter comes in from JSNEY20. What's a game that should be easy but personally hard for you? For me, the camera in Super Mario 3D World makes the game hard for me. How would we know it should be easy if we have a hard time with it, I guess?
I'll tell you why. Because everyone had a great time with the first No More Heroes, and I thought it was difficult, and I couldn't get through it.
Really?
But John's always like, that game's easy, and just giving me a hard time about it.
I just didn't really like it that much, in general. I don't remember how that game plays. Should be easy, but it's difficult for me. Like every game, I guess. Seems like everybody's always telling me how I'm so bad at every fucking game and how they're goddamn easy, but I have trouble with them. So,
as far as the YouTube comments go, I'm terrible at everything, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm honestly kind of going that route. People are just like, oh yeah, this boss is easy when they're watching me play Dark Souls. And I'm like, I'm just saying like, oh yeah, that's cool. But in my mind, I'm like, shut the fuck up, random dude.
Let's see you do this.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, I don't see you booting up your stream to me let me see you play it. Fuckers. Yep. So yeah, every game should be easy apparently, but I'm terrible at all of them.
All right. That's it for emails and questions. Paul, where can people send questions in for next week?
TDP Podcast on Twitter, facebook.com/topdownperspective, John's P.O. Box, and topdownperspective@gmail.com, which is kind of the preferred way, if we're going to be honest. But, yeah. Oh, the Discord. If you're part of the Discord, do that. So, yeah.
Also, on our YouTube page, we just hit 1,400 subscribers. So if you want to make that nice round number not pretty anymore, you should go subscribe. I guess you could also unsubscribe, which will also make it ugly, but that's not fun. So don't do that.
Also, you could follow
What's your
on
game
Twitch.
of the week?
We never say that, but we do this show live every week.
You could follow on Twitch. Yep.
So there's that too.
All the
kind
housekeeping.
of bad at promoting.
Yeah, it'll work itself out.
Yeah.
What's your game of the week?
I have to give it to Dark Souls 2.
I'm gonna give it to Overcooked.
Nice. All right.
All right, John and Paul will be back next week, and I will see you guys all in a few weeks.
Yeah, have a good
once
trip.
I'm back from the Southern Hemisphere.
From Machu Picchu.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look for my photos.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. See you guys later.
Bye.